I feel very haunted. No parent should have to see their child lifeless and initiate CPR to try to save them.
The day her daughter passed away, somebody took a photo when she was laying in the car, and somebody even sent her a message saying that they were even considering to drop her off or even toss her to a river.
Delia was described as a loving, kind, and smart girl who got good grades in school and was loved by her teachers, friends, and siblings. At 12 years old, Delia had her whole life ahead of her. That is, until it was brutally cut short. She was simply doing what many girls her age were already doing: experimenting. It was supposed to be fun and exciting and harmless, but it wasn't. Instead, she ended up dead, and she was not the only one. Delia Juliana Guerrero lived in San Jose, California with her family. Her mom, Maria, described her as a smiling and happy girl who liked to go out with friends and dance. Like any girl her age, Delia was always taking videos and selfies alone or with friends. On November 14th, 2020, Delia asked her mom if she could go to the movies with some friends. Her mom agreed, not knowing that this would be the last time she would ever see her daughter again. Maria said that she never heard anything from her daughter until hours later, when someone sent her a very strange text saying that they were considering throwing her daughter in a river. She also received a video through Snapchat of her 12-year-old girl laying unconscious in a car. Maria was horrified and didn't know what to do or think. Did someone hurt her little girl?
The day her daughter passed away, somebody took a photo when she was laying in the car, and somebody even sent her a message saying that they were even considering to drop her off or even toss her to a river.
As it turned out, Delia had overdosed on fentanyl. Fentanyl is so dangerous that even a few grains of it can actually cause an overdose and death. The product is sometimes pressed into tablets and made to look like other prescription pills, like oxycodone, Xanax, and others. When Delia bought the pill, she reportedly thought that she was buying oxycodone, which is also a powerful painkiller that's sold under the brand name Percocet. She never realized that what she was given was actually something else, something extremely dangerous.
She was clearly looking to put her mind in a different place. She was not looking for the dangerous effects of fentanyl.
Delia's friends recorded her on video as she lined up the crushed pill and started snorting it. She had only inhaled a little bit when suddenly she collapsed and started snoring, which is one of the signs of an overdose. And get this, instead of calling 911 for help, the so-called friends continued recording while they put her inside a car and dropped her at the hospital. The doctors tried everything they could to save her, but there was nothing they could do. Delia was already gone. As you can imagine, Delia's mom was devastated by the news of her daughter's death. She felt that people around her daughter were more interested in taking videos instead of calling 911 and saving her. She called for justice, saying that the person who sold the dangerous pill to her daughter should be arrested. The dealer actually turned out to be a 16-year-old boy who was well known to Delia. Being a minor, his name could not be released, though he was arrested and charged with murder.
A 12-year-old girl in San Jose died from an overdose, and now the teenager accused of selling her the drug is facing murder charges. Prosecutors say a 16-year-old sold fentanyl to the girl and her friends back in November. The moment was caught on Snapchat. Santa Clara County DA's office says she passed out after taking some of the drug, taken to the hospital, but not in time. San Jose police arrested the teenager today. Prosecutors say there's evidence he knew how dangerous fentanyl is.
Investigators learned that the teen had been placing ads on Snapchat where he would sell his counterfeit tablets. And not only that, he had placed screenshots of public service warnings over overdoses in his Google Photos account. The screenshots were dated before Delia's death, which made the prosecutor believe that this boy knew the dangers of fentanyl before he sold it to Delia.
He isn't some innocent victim in this. He's someone who knew that he could obtain these pills. And when he passed him off on a 12-year-old girl, he consciously disregarded life.
Because of his age, the teen was charged in a juvenile court, which means that he would not get any jail time. Delia became the youngest person to die of a fentanyl overdose in Santa Clara County in 2020, but she was not the last one. In March of 2020, 17-year-old Kendall Williams also died after she was given fentanyl by her best friend. Kendall lived with her family in San Diego and attended Mount Carmel High School, where she was described as a good student and a competitive cheerleader. She had dreams of joining the military like her parents, Beth and Tony, and had even applied to several different military schools. In an interview, Beth and Tony said that they were very much involved in their children's lives, always helping them with their schoolwork and volunteering in school activities. But like many parents, they never realized that their daughter was already experimenting with pills. By the time they came to learn about it, it was too late. Beth said that she discovered that Kendall had actually been taking pills for at least a year.
She was hanging out with this girl and they were doing these drugs.
On the day Kendall died, she'd been hanging out with her best friend, Mia Thompson, and another girl. Kendall's mom said that she knew something was wrong when the police showed up at her house.
And they said, it's the police. And as soon as they opened the door, I said, Kendall's dead.
Kendall's friend Mia and the other girl were arrested and charged with giving the pill to a minor. They pleaded guilty to the charges and were given 2 years of probation and 250 hours of community service. But that's not even the end of the chilling stories involving this substance. Zach Dieter was a multi-talented 17-year-old who had everything going on for him. He got straight A's in school, played sports, and was even the lead actor in a school play. And on top of that, Zach was also a self-taught musician who played the piano pretty well. The youngest son of Chris and Laura Dieter, Zach was a senior at Whitney High School, where he was set to graduate with honors and join Stanford or UCLA. However, none of those things came to be. On December 27th, 2020, Zach was at home with his family in Sacramento, California, when his dad, Chris, found him slumped over his desk inside his room. At first, the dad thought that he was just sleeping, but when he got closer, he knew something was terribly wrong. Chris, who was a former military service member, used his CPR training to try and revive Zach, but he was not responding. Fearing the worst, he called 911.
And those moments I feel very haunted. No parent should have to see their child lifeless and initiate CPR to try to save them.
The paramedics arrived a short while later and tried everything they could to save Zach, but they soon realized that Zach was already dead. This was really devastating for the family, who could not understand what had happened, but they were even more horrified to learn that Zach's death had actually been caused by fentanyl. How could that be? Zach had never shown any signs of using illegal substances, so where did he get these from? It turned out that Zach had actually been using painkillers without his parents' knowledge. Like Delia, he thought he was buying Percocet, but instead got the counterfeit pill. But what really shocked his parents was that Zach had actually bought the stuff from someone on Snapchat. Now, the rate at which people are dying from the substance is super alarming. In fact, the CDC says that since 2020, this stuff has actually killed twice as many people in the country as COVID-19. And even worse, most of the people dying from it are actually teenagers and young adults. To show how strong and toxic this thing really is, San Diego Sheriff's Department released a disturbing body cam video showing an officer almost dying after being exposed to the product. The officer, who was identified as Deputy David Fave, was on patrol on July 3rd, 2021, when he came across some white substances hidden inside a vehicle in the parking lot. The body cam footage shows the officer inspecting the product and confirming that it was indeed fentanyl. In the video, you can hear his partner warning him not to get too close because it was dangerous. Then what happens next is really terrifying to watch.
Watch your face close to. Double bag it. Yeah. This stuff's no joke, dude. It's super dangerous. Gotta be really careful. I hate dealing with it.
Just after his partner had said that, David collapsed. His partner quickly realized that he was overdosing and started administering first aid by giving him 2 nasal sprays of naloxone or Narcan, which is the medicine used to reverse the effects of opioid overdose.
I got you. Breathe.
91.6 for me on 435 North TLB.
It's okay, breathe. It's okay, breathe. It's okay.
David was then put in an ambulance and rushed to the hospital where he was treated and fortunately survived. Now, since this footage came out, several people, including medical professionals, have expressed their doubt on whether Officer David was actually suffering from an overdose, saying that the symptoms he displayed in the video did not match the story. Some have suggested that maybe the officer had a severe panic episode. But whatever the case, the fact still remains that many people have died because of this substance, and they'll continue to do so unless something is done.
It robs you of any chance to get red flags. I mean, he had no other pills in his room. He had no other anything in his room. I mean, you can try a pill 1 time or 2 times, and it takes you out.
What do you think about these cases? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.